Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. This video is part of the YouTube series that I'm making called Zero to Hero Business Central. In this series, I already uploaded few videos on my YouTube channel. In this particular video, we are going to learn about data types in Business Central. If you see the definition of data type, a variable can have certain data type and the variable is initialized when it gets created in the memory. For example, whenever you are creating a variable, you need to definitely give a data type to that particular variable. For example, if you're creating an integer variable, you need to give the data type as integer. And if you're creating a decimal variable, you need to give the data type as decimal. So there are two types of data types in Business Central, and those are fundamental types and complex types. Whenever you actually create a variable of any data type, the variable gets initialized with its default values, and after that you need to assign a value to that particular variable. So for example, let us actually see what are fundamental types. A fundamental type cannot be subdivided into subvalues and it holds a single value. For example, let us take integer. Integer can hold only integer values, and the integer values actually cannot be subdivided into other values. So that is a fundamental type. If you take decimal, it is same for decimal as well. Those values cannot be subdivided into other types. But if you take record, the record actually holds a lot of fields, so it can be actually subdivided into other data types. If you take array or if you take list, an array can be collection of integers or collection of characters or collection of text, and it can be subdivided into other types. So it can be referred as a complex type: integer, big integer, decimal, option, char, byte duration, and text, char, boolean, date, time. Date and time, these are actually fundamental types. So these values cannot be subdivided into other values. So we have divided the fundamental types into three categories, where we have numeric category, where the data type actually holds numeric values. We have string, where the data type actually holds the string related values like text values, and others like boolean we have, which holds true or false values. Date time actually holds both date and time. Date actually holds date, and time actually holds the time value. So let us actually see that in action. In here, I have actually created a page called employee setup, and in this page, I already have different types of fundamental types, and I have created fields for each of these fundamental types. So let us actually see that in code. Let me go to VS Code, and this is our project Zero to Hero. This project we have created in our previous videos, and for this particular video, I have created employee setup table and employee setup page. So in here in employee setup table, you can see I have a lot of fields like integer type, big integer type, option type, decimal type, text type, boolean type, date type, and time type. So we are going to see all these, and we are going to see what is the difference between these types. So firstly, let us see the integer type. Integer data type basically holds integer values which are in this particular range. So for example, let us actually give this value in here, and let me actually say this. Here you can see it is actually accepting that value, but if I give a value which is not in this particular range, it is going to throw us an error. Let me actually change this to 7 to 8, and let's see. Now here you can see your entry of this number is not is not acceptable value for integer type, can't be evaluated. So because this is exceeding the range of integer, so it is not going to accept that particular value. It is going to accept the values only within this range. And here you can see big integer. Big integer can actually have values in this particular range. So for example, if you wanted to create a variable and if that value lies in this particular range, you can go with the integer. But if the value is lies in this particular range, you can go with big integer. So basically, whenever we are having a variable where you think the value can exceed the integer data type, you can go with the big integer. And here we also have type option, which basically holds option values. For example, if I take this one, here you can see we have three options: one, two, three. So basically, whenever you are creating a field of type option, you need to give the option members as well. This is going to create one drop down type thing where you can actually choose the values. So like I'm choosing 3, I'm choosing 2, I'm choosing 1. So this is option type, and in here we have decimal type. So basically decimal type holds decimal values. For example, the default value is 0.00, but I can also give 12. It is going to be 12.00 because decimal actually holds decimal values. That means I can also store 12.1 in this. But let's say, let me actually try to put this. Here you can see it is not going to accept that because it is of type decimal. So let's refresh that. Here it holds decimal values, and text type is basically to hold text values. So for example, if I wanted to give my name in here, I can also give my name because this actually holds text values. Boolean type is basically if you wanted to store values true or false, you can use boolean. Like this is a boolean type, I can make it true or I can make it false, I can make it true, I can make it false. So it only holds true or false values. And in here you can see date time type. So basically in here you can choose a date, let's say 23, and here also you can choose time. So it holds both date and time. But if you take date type, which is of type date, in here I can only use date. And if you wanted to just put time, you can also do that. Let me actually copy this and let us see. Let me actually copy this and let me put the value in here. So it is basically going to take only time value. Now let us actually see these two, my byte and my car. So these are not available as field types, but we can actually add them on the page as we have created global variables over here, my byte and my car, and we have actually created fields for those. So in here you can see I have my byte and I have my car. So these are two different types again, but there is a subtle difference between them, my car and my byte. So my byte, you can see, stores a single 8-bit character as a value in the range of 0 to 255. So it is actually holds character values, but the range for those characters should be 0 to 255. So this 0 to 255 is basically ASCII values for each character that we have on the keyboard or anywhere in the world. We are going to have respective ASCII values for them, and those ASCII values should range in between 0 to 255. So let us actually see that in example. Let me go over here and let us actually see all the symbols. In here you can see there's a lot of symbols over here. Let us actually see what is the ASCII value for that, because I already have that in my code. Here you can see it is so firstly I'm taking my byte, I'm going with the on validate, and I am putting the character, I am converting the character value into integer value. So let us actually see that in action. Let me actually put a in here, capital A, and in here you can see the integer value for the byte variable is 65 because a's ASCII value is, let me go in here, a's ASCII value is 65 over here. And if I put b, it is going to give me 66. Here you can see the integer value of byte variable is 66. So it is going to hold the values only from 0 to 255, and let us actually see that values till 255. So it is going to hold values only till here. So basically it holds the values from 0 to 255, and my car is also same. My character actually holds values from 0 to 65535. So any character that falls within this ASCII range, it is going to take that value. So let me actually go here and let me actually put b again. Here you can see it is going to take that one, and it is going to convert the, and it is going to give us the ASCII value for that particular character. So that's all we have, like numeric, string, and other data types in the fundamental types, which cannot be subdivided into other types. But let us actually see the complex types. You can use complex types when you want to work with records in a table, pictures, code units, or disk files. Complex types can be subdivided into other types. This data type store multiple values. So it it actually does not only store one value, but it actually stores multiple values. Like a record, in record we can have multiple fields. You can take that, or you can take an array which can hold multiple integer values or multiple decimal values, multiple character values. So that comes under complex data types. We are going to see all the complex data types as we are progressing in this particular course, because there are a lot of complex types which we are going to see. If you wanted to see the example of complex data type, we can just go in here, and if you see in our employee, or we can go to employee operations code unit, we can say this is a complex type, and we can say this is an integer, so it is a fundamental type. It cannot be subdivided into other types, but employee table can be subdivided into fields, because employee table contains records and records contains fields. So that's all in this particular video. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'll be uploading more videos in this particular series called Zero to Hero Business Central. If you don't want to miss them, you should definitely consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you.